Joe, you could actually probably put one foot up on the reef or something.
It's like the snowshoes for South Carolina.
This may not look like the life of a typical congressman, but for Representative Joe Cunningham, this is where he's spending his Monday afternoon.
This is just a way to stabilize the shoreline and protect our marsh.
Joe is a former ocean engineer from Charleston, South Carolina. It's one of the most beautiful places I visited, but ironically, it's been called ground zero for climate change.
We have studies, we have data that shows that the environment is changing. I realized I wanted to get off the sideline and into the arena and fight to protect our community.
Joe ran for Congress during the 2018 midterms. He was a first-time candidate who flipped his district from red to blue. He's taken advantage of his scientific expertise ever since.
How much louder do you think seismic air gun blasting sounds than this air horn you just heard?
I honestly don't know.
What if I were to tell you it's 16,000 times louder?
Traditionally, most lawmakers come from the business or legal world before getting elected. But recently, we've seen more representation from fields like science, engineering, math, and medicine. Just last year, roughly 400 STEM-minded candidates ran for state and federal office. And at least 12 new faces scored a seat in the House, including Joe. It's why some deem 2018 the year of the scientist. But why are so many STEM professionals suddenly immersed in politics? And are they here to stay?
I never thought I would run for office, but circumstances changed in this country with the 2016 election.
Meet Congresswoman Kim Schreier. She's a pediatrician from Washington State.
Why do we need more people like you on the Hill?
I bring a completely unique voice to this conversation as a doctor and as a patient, as somebody who's had to navigate the health insurance industry.
The lawful nature of the Affordable Care Act has been challenged. The answer is to shore up the ACA, not dismantle it. And as the lone woman doctor in Congress, and as a patient with type 1 diabetes, I look forward to leading that conversation.
Kim sits on the congressional subcommittees for nutrition and biotechnology. She also unveiled the Vaccines Act, which would boost immunization rates across the country. It's just one example of how these new lawmakers lean into their skills. Joe is drafting a policy that would protect U.S. coasts from offshore drilling. Engineer and chemistry teacher Chrissy Houlihan introduced legislation to recruit more STEM professionals into the State Department. And engineer Elaine Luria sponsored a bill to advance clean energy at nuclear reactors. But transitioning from scientist to political scientist doesn't always come naturally.
You ran and you won. What was that process like?
Just about everything about running for office was a huge surprise to me. In my mind, as a physician, all I needed to do was study the material, master every policy position on everything, and then surely win the hearts and minds of the people in the 8th District. But it takes a whole lot more than that.
Think about it. Not only do you need to know the basics behind building a campaign, but you have to translate your knowledge and expertise into something voters can actually connect with. And turns out, there's an organization that can help with exactly that.
So let's talk about 314 Action. What do you guys do?
We are an organization that works to elect scientists and engineers to public office.
Shaughnessy Naughton is a chemist who ran for Congress in 2012 and 2016. After losing both elections, she realized there was a lack of resources for candidates like her. That's when she founded 314 Action. And if you didn't catch the reference, she named it after pie.
It's going into the district, meeting with supporters there, doing lots of interviewing to find somebody who has the fire in the belly to run, as well as an ability to communicate.
When Shaughnessy started 314, it was 2016. President Trump took office as a wave of scientists mobilized against what they saw as an attack on science.
All of this with the global warming and that, a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax.
In the following year, thousands took to the streets to literally march for science.
The attacks on science didn't start with the Trump administration, but they've taken what felt like maybe was a war on science and turned it into a war on reality, on facts.
In 2018, all the candidates you supported were Democrats.
Yes.
Are you a bipartisan organization, or are you mostly focused on the left?
We leave the door open. Our criteria for support are people with STEM backgrounds who support a pro-science agenda. And we generally gauge that through a question on climate change. And we need leaders who are going to actually look at what the data and science say, and it doesn't seem there's a lot of appetite among the Republican base for that.
To be clear, doctors, engineers, and scientists from both the left and the right have served in Congress for years. This freshman class welcomed 8 Democrats as well as 4 Republicans with STEM backgrounds. I talked to Congressman Jim Baird. He's a conservative from Indiana with a PhD in animal science nutrition.
The Science, Space, and Technologies Committee has about 5 subcommittees. I'm on 2 of those. The principles that I use with the PhD are very applicable to the data we receive in our committees.
There's a group called 314 Action pushing for more scientists on the Hill. They don't endorse candidates that deny consensus around issues like climate change. What is your take on climate change?
I don't think anyone can deny that the climate is changing. How impactful that is from us personally, I think is subject to increased scientific review.
That's a dissenting opinion within the scientific community. Most leading science organizations agree humans are causing climate change.
Do you think it's important to have more STEM-minded folks in Congress?
Anytime that we can have people that understand science, it benefits our nation and our progress and our leadership in the world.
60% of Americans believe scientists should take an active role in debates around public policy. That's according to the Pew Research Center. But when you look deeper, more Democrats hold that view than Republicans.
You flipped a district that a Democrat hadn't won in, almost 40 years?
Yeah, we had people lining up behind us. We had Republican mayors, Republican council members, realizing that we were in it to put people over politics and put the low country over party.
Joe's running for re-election in 2020, and he's joined by some new faces, like former astronaut Mark Kelly. And there are others that could potentially make history.
If elected, I would be the first female PhD scientist in Congress.
This is Nancy Goroff, a chemistry professor running to represent New York's super competitive 1st District.
I will listen to you. I will listen to the facts, and I will work with you to find solutions. The skills that I've used in leading the chemistry department are the same skills we need to see in Congress. Building consensus, solving complex problems.
In listening to her, I realized something. She's basically approaching politics like the scientific method, gathering evidence to draw conclusions. In Washington, it sometimes feels like the other way around. And maybe that's what this wave of science is really all about.
Is this a movement that's sort of here to stay?
Scientists right now are as energized as ever. We do not need to just sit on the sidelines and send letters to people. We need to get directly involved.
Hate to admit it, but there's just no way to know how science will fare in 2020. But if the last few years have shown us anything, it's that there is real hunger for candidates with non-traditional backgrounds. That opens the door for people like Joe, Kim, or Nancy, who never even considered a political career until now. Kinda goes back to that big idea around the great American experiment. Anyone can run for office.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.